Hello, my friends. How are y'all doing out there? It's Eva here again, personal trainer, athlete, and scoliosis warrior. So, I thought I'd give you guys a wee bit of a life update, trail running update, and let you know what's been going on. So, we found out there last week that the Waterville trail running event that was supposed to be happening in May, it's unfortunately been cancelled because everything is so unsure at the moment with COVID-19. We're still in level 5. They don't know if it's going to be lifted by May or if it would even be safe to host an event. So they've decided to postpone it back to 2022. And I feel really bad for the organisers because it's the second year in a row that they've had to cancel it. But hopefully now, fingers crossed, we'll come back 2022. The world will be in a better place again and, we can have an epic trail running festival. But I am, on a personal level, I'm kind of glad about it because 130 kilometers it's a lot of kilometers to run, and we're in February now. The event was supposed to be in May, so it would have been a lot of pressure and a lot of mileage to train up for that in such a short amount of time. So to be honest with you, I'm happy to postpone an event to later on in the year when hopefully it can definitely go ahead. Hopefully, definitely. But yeah, I'm looking at an event happening in September, well, potentially happening, called the Kerryway Ultra, and it's 200 kilometers. And now we don't know if it's going to happen yet or not. It did happen last year, so that is a positive sign. So hopefully it goes ahead now this year. And I'm kind of delighted because now we have time to train up for it. We're in February now, and now I have a long lead into September to try and build myself up to, be able to run that distance without bonking out. So in terms of trail running, guys, I had a lovely break off this week. To be honest with you, my body was so depleted and tired. I had a really busy January and start of February, just a lot of mileage, a lot of kilometers, and a lot of high impact classes as well. And my body was just like, give me a rest, please. So I paid attention and I did give it a rest. And this week, apart from working, all I did was sleep and eat. And it felt really nice, to be honest, because normally, like back in the day, when I was a silly Billy, I would kind of just ignore the signs of fatigue and I would push through, and I'd always end up compromising my immune system, giving myself an injury, or just like totally depleting myself to the point where like I needed to recover for months. So I've learned from my mistakes. I'm not doing that anymore, and I'd say to any of you guys out there, if you're feeling tired, if you're really feeling exhausted, sleep is going to be the best thing for you. Don't try and push through when you're feeling that depletion, because, if you already run a lot of kilometers in your week, your body needs time to heal and to recover. And a lot of the times less is more, to be honest with you, because there's only so much training adaptations that can happen, especially when you're not well recovered. So yeah, I took this week completely off. Felt great, but I'm looking forward to getting back into training this week. And I'm actually starting my training plan with my running coach Renee this week. This week we're actually doing a bunch of tests to assess my anaerobic and my aerobic threshold. I've never done this type of testing before. It's all very new to me, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to take you guys along this week for my tests and show you what it's all about. So the first one I'm doing tomorrow it's called the Billat Rabbit test, and it was developed by a researcher called Veronique Billat. And it's to try and capture all the thresholds and training zones in one test. So basically, yeah, it's done on base level of RPE, so that means rate of perceived exertion. So basically, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much you're pushing yourself, or how high the intensity is, 1 being like pretty much nothing to 10 being the hardest that you can push. So I have a couple of little drills to do in there. And I got myself a little Garmin watch. This week has been all about me just getting myself set up with the right technology in order to be able to do the coaching properly. Because to be honest with you, before, I never run with a watch. I never knew how to use a watch. I had to download this app in order to receive coaching from. I only recently downloaded Strava to track the kilometers I was doing. Before that, I basically just kind of, I was like, oh, I'll go out for an hour's run. And that was pretty much it. So all of this kind of like tracking data is very new to me. But I'm looking forward to getting a further education into the science behind running. And hopefully this will kind of benefit my performance. And, you know, I'll be able to run these long kilometers without bonking out. So yeah, this week guys, I will take you along for the tests that I am doing with Renee, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, how are you doing there? I'm just heading out this morning for my Billat rabbit run. So it's only going to be 30 minutes here, and as I was saying before, basically all we're trying to do here is test the different training zones and thresholds in one workout. So have me Garmin watch on, it's telling me what to do here. I'm warming up for 10 minutes. I'm going to take you down to the green near my house, and hopefully you'll get to see what I'm up to here. So stay tuned. And don't forget when you come in, my friends, to take off your socks, because even though you're hot, leaving on wet socks is the quickest way to get yourself a cold. And you don't want to be getting a cold at the moment with everything going on in the world, so take off your socks. Oh man, that's a bit of trench foot going on there. Not too bad, but yeah, a nice veiny foot. Oh, lovely. Alright guys, good morning. So this morning we are doing the aerobic threshold test. So basically what it's saying here is make sure you're fasted for 2 hours before this run, no food of any kind. So this is the morning time, it's like 7 o'clock. And make sure your heart rate monitor is working. Have that on me. Can't see it here, but it's on me Garmin watch. And then it said do a walking or a slow run up for 15 minutes until you break a sweat. And then after this, but without stopping, begin to increase the heart rate gradually, 5 beats per minute every 3 minutes, while breathing through the nose only. Alright. And then when nose breathing becomes too difficult, back off just enough to hold a sustainable nose breathing pace for 10 to 15 minutes, and then note your heart rate at this pace. The heart rate usually only has a 2 to 4 beat per minute difference from easy breathing to unsustainable nose breathing. The typical heart rate you see in these 15 minutes is your aerobic threshold heart rate, and will be the guide to the top end of your aerobic zone, zone 2, for the next 6 to 10 weeks. Okay. And it says, my coach said this test is a little bit fiddly. You need to tune into your breathing to identify the threshold you're looking for, and then settle in for 15 minutes. Okay, so we're looking for nose breathing that is sustainable, but just under the rate that it becomes unsustainable. Alright, well, let's give it a go. So alright guys, just came in out of that run there. I'm not sure if I did it right again. It kept alarming me that my heart rate was 149, but that seemed like the sustainable pace where I could still take a nose breath, and it was sustainable to have a nose breath at that heart rate. So yeah, I'll wait to see what Renee says. Hopefully that was okay. If not, we can always do it again. But it is a beautiful morning. Spring is certainly sprang here in Rush. And yeah, I'm off to see Neve, my friend and physiotherapist now. So, chat to you guys tomorrow. Alrighty friends, how are you doing out there? Oh, it looks like a marvellous day out there. So I'm going out for my speed session now, and I won't bring the camera out with me because there's going to be parts of this where I'm going to be sprinting at my maximum capacity for like 200 meters, right? So I'm going to need my full energy for this one. So yeah, that's the idea today. We're doing like a 40-minute session. We're doing 3 times repeating 200-meter sprints, and we're doing a 10-second sprint, you know, and intermittent in between there. There'll be rest periods as well. And this is just basically, to test what my maximum speed is so that we can work towards that later on in the training. So I will catch up with you guys afterwards. All right. Alrighty, my friends. Just got in from that speed session there. And all I can say is, I hate sprints. I really do. I much prefer just like slow, long runs because I just find them a lot more relaxing. And it's funny because, you know, strength and conditioning training, it is it's similar to sprinting, like you're using the same energy system. It's short, intense bursts of activity. And I love it for strength training, but for running I really just don't. But you know what, has to be done. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this block now that we're doing because it's going to be nice and slow. It might be a bit too slow for my liking, actually. I like it slow, but not too slow. Somewhere in between. I suppose you can't bloody win, can you? You either want it slow, you want it fast, or you know, you want it Goldilocks just right in the middle. So yeah, those are my 3 sessions for this week, guys. The first one was that Bill Rabbit test that was testing both the anaerobic and the aerobic thresholds, and then we had the aerobic training test on Tuesday, and then today we had the anaerobic, so the speed test. So I'm supposed to have a long run on the weekend, and I'm thinking on doing a marathon pace, which is not actually part of my plan, but I had been planning to do this since before I even started coaching. So I think we're going to do that on Sunday, and I'm going to rest up now for the next couple of days just to make sure that I'm able for the marathon, and my legs are good and ready. And yeah, but that will be for the next vlog. For this vlog, we'll just cap on the 3 tests, and yeah, I enjoyed them. It's interesting to find out, you know, how far you can push yourself in terms of the sprinting and all of that kind of stuff. So we'll leave it there for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this vlog. Hope it was somewhat informative for you. And I hope to get my coach Renee on here at some point in the future where he can talk through the different training tests and why we do them. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a lovely day.